All right.
All right. Shalom, ahab, wa, baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. We're going to face the east. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. And double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. And this day and age, having a good teacher is important. Now, I could prove that just by talking about Al-Azhar. Those people that were under Al-Azhar, you have to gaslight yourself now. You have to double guess everything you learn. We're not going to get into that today. Today we're going to read, we're going to go into Jeremiah chapter 50. And we're just going to read down through maybe like verse 15 or 16. We'll see what happens there. So, yeah, Jeremiah chapter 50, starting from the top.
Jeremiah 50, verse 1. The word that Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Moraddak is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces.
Stop right there for a second. It says to go out and tell the other nations. In fact, tell everybody. What does it say? Set up a standard. Publish it. Conceal it not. In other words, let everybody know. Let everybody know. Babylon is taken. You guys are just going through the motions now until it's all over. Too little, too late, bro. It's over. This place is destroyed. Let's keep going. Give me another one. Verse 4.
Back to verse 3. For out the north there cometh up a nation against her.
No, keep going. Sorry, my bad.
Which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove their part, both man and beast. In those days and in that time.
Right there. Read number 4 again.
In those days and in that time, saith Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek Yahweh their God.
So, let me go back to it really quick. I was getting ready to bring out a precept, but I need to go back to that first. Yeah. Yeah. So going back to 3 and 4, so it says, for out of the north cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her desolate. Something's going to destroy a certain place, a certain secret Babylon, okay? And none shall dwell therein. That means it's going to be completely done. They shall depart both man and beast. Nothing will be dwelling in this place after it's destroyed. In those days and in that time, saith Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, and the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek Yahweh their God. The thing is the reason why all of a sudden they're coming back weeping and moaning, because they're waking up. They're waking up. They realize this place is destroyed. Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me. Back in the latter times, we didn't follow instructions. To this day, 2/3 of you still don't. 2/3 of you still don't. Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew they would not hear me, because it's a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And that's when you're going to wake up. You're going to start crying back to the Most High. But you better watch out. Act now while supplies last. In other words, if you don't come back to the truth now, it might be too late then. Let's go back into Jeremiah. And just pick up where you left off.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 5. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to Yahweh in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
That's beautiful. So they're the Zion with their faces thitherward. They're gonna be like this. They're gonna be shameful, okay? And they're gonna come say, let us join ourselves back to the Most High. Now it doesn't say back here, but that's what they're saying. Let us join ourselves to the Most High. Who has that perpetual covenant? Who did Moses pour and sprinkle the blood on? Who said, yes, we'll follow all these rules and we'll suffer the consequences if we don't? What people said that? So those are the only people that are weeping right now, saying, hey, let's go to the Lord. He'll protect us. He's gonna save us. He'll do what he said. Go to Titus chapter precept. Con.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21. To land back on what the brother just brought out, with respect to these, can you read that again, bro?
Yeah. Verse which one?
What he just read.
3 and 4?
Show me the way to Zion.
Jeremiah 50, verse 5. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves in Yahweh in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten.
And who's going to show them the way to Zion through the Spirit? That's the teachers. All right, this is the prophets. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, say, this is the way, walk ye in it. When you turn to the right and when you turn to the left. And see, a lot of you Israelites, you call yourselves, being in the truth, but at the same time, you don't want to listen to the men, the apostles, starting with the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, all right? These men were sent and ordained by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to show you the way, all right? Show you the way to Zion through the Spirit, through these scriptures. Okay, show you the way to the kingdom of heaven. All right, the kingdom of heaven, or the bridge to our salvation, is this gospel. Okay, this is how we're going to get to the kingdom of heaven. This is how we're going to usher in the return of the Lord. Okay, through these scriptures, everything that's in the scriptures, not leaning on your own understanding. Okay.
Read verse 6 again. Oh wait, I'll read 6 and you read both. You stay at Titus. I'll read verse 6 again. It says, my people have been a lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. So, and what he's saying is really important, because now we're talking about two types of prophets here. You've got the righteous prophets that, through the power of the Spirit, teach 100% truth. And then you've got the wicked prophets that cause the children of Israel, that cause my sheep to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountains. Mountain means strength. A mountain represents a strong nation. To hills. Well, what is a hill? Well, it's not a strong nation now, is it? I mean, come on, people. They have forgotten their resting place. Go ahead and get me Titus 1 and 10 and 11. Because my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. So the same guys that are going to help you, you've got to be very circumspect in what they're teaching. This is why I tell you in the beginning of every single class, what do I say? The double honors to the elders and apostles, the prophets and the teachers for bringing out the 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. What you don't understand is all the other camps have changed their doctrine. All the way down to the Christians, the Muslims, I don't care who it is. They change every year. Now, give me Titus 1, 10 and 11.
Titus 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain takers and deceivers,
Talkers.
especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake.
There it is, right there. So, for there are many unruly and vain talkers. What does the word unruly mean? Let's get it. Because, sometimes it's good to know what the words are. In fact, every time. Difficult to control, manage, or restrain. So there's many difficult to control, manage, or constrain. So do you understand that that's unruly, vain, worthless? So unruly, they're difficult to control, and they have worthless speech. That's what they're telling you. And vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. So our own people are going to be the worst ones we have to go up against to get to this truth. And what does it mean, deceiver? Deceiver means liar. You're going to speak garbage. They of the circumcision. The circumcision means our own people, the Israelites. We're the only ones that had an ordinance to be circumcised, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses. Subvert means destroy. Because when you go in teaching that false doctrine, destroying an entire house, because people believe you. Look at Eleazar. People believed him. Now it's peg the like button. That's horrible.
Pegatron.
He said Pegatron. See how easily Yahweh can destroy your life in 1 second? In 1 second. 1 second. So your mouth had to be stopped, didn't it? Oh, Paul's right, it should be in the Bible. Nobody knows this, and this, that, and the third. It's just so much confusion. I can't even keep up with all the things he said. I just remember him talking about Paul's writings and wearing a hat. And I'm thinking, you're wearing a hat, and you're talking about a guy that was written in the Bible? And then that's what made me realize that this dude's Korah. Because remember, he told, Eleazar told elder apostle Tahar to step down, and that he was the new chief priest. That's the exact same thing Korah did. And then the earth swallowed him up. I told you that last week. Because he spiritually got swallowed up back into worldliness. And in the worst way, those 7 demons came and pegged him. You got pegged, bro. Everybody knows it. That's sad, man. That makes me feel sad inside because honestly, I'm like, this is a smart guy. He came from GMS. Maybe one day he'll wake up. Nah, fuck no. This dude's gonna get pegged in his ass instead. And you know what? He's gonna have to cry on the mic in front of everybody and then step away and never show your face again. Yahweh destroyed you. Your mouth had to be stopped. You destroyed houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. You fucking millionaire out here getting $1 million, huh? How do you get $1 million? You gotta bend over at some point, or you just get so much money. You ever notice that the people when they get rich, they get eccentric? What that means is they turn gay. I don't know. Honestly,
Demons on it, man.
honestly,
That's the demons on it.
and you should know this too. You should know this because you're a physician. Honestly, it's when you have excessive drug use, it causes that spirit to be on you. And that comes with the coke, a lot of cocaine or meth. Those 2 drugs make you act gay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Pills too. Pills. Xanax, had to walk around taking off the clothes. I'm from the fucking hood. I've seen everything. I've seen it all. I know what every fucking drug does.
Well, it makes sense because it causes you to lose your inhibitions.
Yes.
It makes you disinhibited. Alcohol and any type of recreational drug, and even prescription drugs, it does exactly that.
Yep.
So you open yourself up to spirits and wickedness.
Why do you think that it says, when you go to the bar, it says we have spirits, wine and beer. Spirits is hard liquor, and that'll fucking get you locked in too. It'll have you locked in. Let's move on from Titus. Let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 7. Now we're going to go back. Remember, the mountain has been turned into a hill. Yahweh, the mountain has been turned into a hill, and they have forgotten their resting place. So we're now, what does that represent? Not knowing our resting place. It means that we're in captivity. It means that we're not in a safe area. That would have to be the captivity that we're in right now. And what does 7 say?
Verse 7, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers.
Yep. Do you see that? They hold themselves not guilty. Get me Zechariah 11 and 5, because this is exactly what's going on here. Nope, they sinned. We did the right thing. We can punish them as much as we want because they're sinners against God. See? You punished against God. This is punishment. It's in the Bible. We're supposed to punish you.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Ooh. For I am rich. How could I possibly be wrong? Look at my great blessing. But you don't even pity the children that you're destroying. But that's okay, because it lines right up with the they that found them devoured them. And their adversaries, we offend not. We've done nothing wrong. You guys are the sinners. And you know what? They're half-ass fucking right, man. We have laws, we have ordinances, we have instructions to follow. And when we don't follow them, there's consequences. Just like with the traffic law, just like any law. You break the law, you suffer the consequences. Well, the Israelites only were given laws, statutes, and commandments. And since we're breaking them, we're getting treated a certain way. So yeah, they were half-ass right, but they took it to the extreme. They weren't supposed to try and eradicate us. They wanted to wipe us off the face of the earth.
Yeah, sure did. They came pretty close to doing that, with the Northern Kingdom. Obviously, it wasn't in the scripture a prophecy for them to do so completely, but they came really close, very close.
Yeah, and if we would have kept fighting against them and being blockheaded, because it says, hasten not in time of trouble. Be cheerful in thy low estate. It doesn't say go out, take up arms. It says the weapons of our war are spiritual weapons, not carnal. So carnal is a physical weapon. We don't have physical weapons. I'm not going to shoot you with a fucking missile launcher. I'm not going to hit you with the ICBM. I'm not going to shoot you with a gun. I'm not even going to give you a fucking Indian burn. What I'm going to do is teach this scripture, and the Most High is going to judge you. He's going to judge you. You're going to get judgment. Never, ever, ever mess with the prophets. Ever. That's the worst judgment you can receive. We do this in righteousness. We do this in sincerity. We don't take nothing from anybody. You've never seen anyone walk up here and give us a dime. This is out of pure love for the truth. Pure love for the truth. Let's keep going. Go back to Jeremiah 50 and 8.
Jeremiah 50 and 8. Remove out the mist of Babylon and go forth out the land of the Chaldeans, and be as he goats before the flocks.
That's beautiful. Remove out the mist of Babylon. Come out of her, my people, and be not partakers of her sin. In fact, you know what? Give me 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. 2 Corinthians 6 and 17.
Second Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith Yahweh.
Wherefore, come out from among them. Come out from these worldly people. Be ye separate. Be holy. Keep going.
Saith Yahweh, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith Yahweh Almighty.
So we stay away from this wickedness, and guess what? The Most High is going to receive us. If we partake in wickedness, we're going to be just like Korah. The earth is going to swallow you up. Worldliness will swallow you up. It's a spiritual thing. You can always hear somebody in the background, but nobody has the truth except for us. Kol halaya yamla, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. The real name. That's the real name. That's the real name. We don't fuck around no fake name. We don't do that around here. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 8.
No, that clown.
Remove out
He's
the
a
midst
clown.
of Babylon, and go forth out to the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the goats before the flocks. Verse 9. For lo, I will...
Wait, hold on. Let's get that. Because he said, remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans spiritually are the Edomites. We're going to prove that in a little while. But those are the Edomites. So we need to come away from these Edomites. They're like roaches. They're an infestation. They're all over the world now. They're everywhere. Every time they set up a base somewhere, they stay in that place forever. Let's get a precept. Let's go to Isaiah 48 and 20.
Isaiah 48 and 20. And it reads, Go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans with a voice of singing, declare ye. Tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Say ye that Yahweh has redeemed his servant Jacob.
Ooh, Yahweh has redeemed his servant Jacob. Go forth. Read it again.
God. Go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans with a voice of singing, declare ye, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth.
Indeed, to the end of the earth. Say ye, Yahweh hath redeemed his servant. That's the Israelites. Don't you get it? We're about to be saved out of this place. This whole thing's about us getting salvation. That's all it is. You got the craziest people always. And it's always about Jesus and God. And when you look at Jesus and God, you see these people. This is the mindset that these guys have. Now, the brother Tajma was right. I should have just left him alone. But honestly, I have to say the real name when you keep yelling at me, Jesus and God. I got to tell you what the real name is. But that's neither here nor there. That guy's gone now. What we're going to do is flee from the presence of these Babylonians. We're going to try and stay away from them. The Most High is getting ready to protect us. He's getting ready to save us. We're still in captivity at this point. We're still here. As long as we're still here, we're still in captivity. It's not like you're going to wake up tomorrow, whoa, captivity's over. Welcome to the new world. No, we're still here. Fuck. Okay, this ain't going away.
This is hell, man.
This ain't going away until
Hell.
it's hell. We live in hell. Let's go back into Jeremiah 50 and 9. This is my favorite part of this whole chapter right here. Jeremiah 50 and 9.
And it reads, For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon, and assemble of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
Listen to this now. It just said, what did it say? For I will raise and cause to come against Babylon an assembly of great nations. So watch this, an assembly of great nations according to the Bible, but it says leaders from France, the UK, Germany, Poland, Italy, Spain, and Denmark are gathering in Paris on Monday to discuss their defense policy, the Ukraine war, and how a ceasefire might look. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer said he was prepared to deploy peacekeeping troops. Peacekeeping troops, everybody. The ones with guns, or do they bring something else?
You know, they got the strapped.
Let's keep going, man. This is good.
Strapped.
So peacekeeping troops to the Ukraine, and if and when the war ends. The U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is on the way to Saudi Arabia for talks with Russian officials, while U.S. President Donald Trump said himself he could meet Russian President Vladimir Putin in Saudi Arabia very soon to discuss the Ukraine war. The point is, these are the great nations that are joining together to fight against Babylon. Do you guys, oh man, you guys, they don't see it. I know they don't see it. The only people that see it are GMS.
You can see it. I mean, you can see it. It's plain as tables, like the scripture says. You know, you can see it, the foundation of it. Like, you can see it unfolding. You know?
And it's beautiful because I was looking at that this morning, man. That's why I wanted to read Jeremiah 15 the whole first place, just so I could get down to verse 9, just so I could read that too, just so I could show you that these prophecies are being fulfilled in real time. You have Satan coming immediately around every corner, every time we start getting to the good part. He wants to take that part away, but he couldn't get it. And you notice they always want to get it safe 200-300 yards away before they start talking shit. You guys got something coming to you though. You're gonna get your reward. That's for damn sure. So read it again. 50 and 9.
Con. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert, none shall return in vain.
Zechariah 14 and 2. I will gather all nations against Jerusalem in battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. This is all getting ready. I don't think you guys understand what rifled means. How about ravished? These are not good words. Ravished is raped. And that's talking about your wife, your daughter, your children. You guys got to come back to this truth. At least the 1/3 does. I'm only here for the 1/3. We are only here for the 1/3. That is it. Everybody else, yeah, you kick fucking rocks. I don't care. On this side, I don't care. I used to, and I tried to, and repeatedly, as I tried to care about these 2/3, they stomped me out. They stomped out my heart. They stomped out my soul. They showed me exactly where I stand with them. I'm dust in the wind with these guys. You know why? Because they don't care. They hate. They hate. It's a rebellious people. Lying children. Children that will not hear the law of Yahweh. They'd rather fight. They would rather fight than hear this word. But,
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 34. Reinforce what the brother just brought out. Babylon is through. All right? This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. And he hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. And the point is, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse the judgment. We know Idumea is Greek for Edom. Okay, and Edom is wherever the Edomites are. We know the Edomites aren't dwelling in Edom today. vast majority of them are dwelling here in Babylon the Great.
Yep. In fact, I just thought of another precept. I'll just get it real quick. Isaiah chapter you just said it too, man. My mind went blank. Oh, here it is. 14 and 21. Isaiah 14 and 21. Read, what did you have? What did you just read?
34 and 5.
Yeah, read 34 and 5 again.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Isaiah, it's Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with cities. He is going to bathe, that's going to be bathed in heaven. Watcha! And wait, there's more. There's actually just a little bit more. I want to get this one too. Isaiah chapter 13 and 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. Going right back into what I was talking about before. What does it mean to be ravished? So, anyways, take a deep breath there. Where were we? We were at 13 and we did 13 and 16. I'm sorry. Salakia. Let's move on. That's all I wanted to read on that anyways. I wanted to show you not only when the people are being destroyed, when this destruction comes, your children are going too. You're not going to get spared. I mean, let me show you why you're not getting spared. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Your children, just like what you did to our children. Remember our children? You remember our children right there? Yeah, you remember that now, don't you? You see that? You too. You guys see that? That's our children right there. So when it tells you in Isaiah 13 and 16 that their children are going to be dashed to pieces, and people get offended. Oh, I'm offended at that. Well, why?
They weren't offended at this.
Nope. Alligator bait. Because I guess they like to use alligators for something, but they had to kill them first. So what did they use? Us. So when your children are destroyed, when everything goes down, you're all going together. It's going to be a beautiful day. I know it seems like a horrible day, but this is the beginning of the Israelites' future. So it's going to be, in fact, we're even going to be scared while we're in safety, under the wing. It says so in Revelation 11 and 13 that we were affrighted and gave praise to the Most High when we saw the destruction. But only the 1/3 that were saved. Let's go back over to Jeremiah 50 and 11.
Jeremiah 50 and 11. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of my heritage, because ye are grown fat as a heifer at grass, and below as bulls. 3:12.
Wait, read that again, I'm sorry.
Verse 11, Jeremiah 50. Because ye were glad, and because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of my heritage, because ye are grown fat as a heifer at grass, and below as bulls.
Because you were glad. What were they glad about? They were glad about destroying us. That goes into Revelation 11 and 9 and 10. Well, we lied dead in the streets for 3.5 days while the people rejoiced over us. Why? Because the two prophets tormented them, the northern and the southern kingdom. So when they were finally able to take us down, yeah, they were glad and they rejoiced. And you were destroyers of mine heritage. We're the heritage. our culture, our customs, our way of life, our laws, our ordinances, our statutes, our commandments. That's our heritage. That's what got destroyed. That's what he means by that. You destroyed our culture completely. Because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. So it's saying that you guys got rich off of our backs, honestly. Everything you've got is from us. This whole kingdom, all these buildings, everything you see around you was built by me and my brothers. Let's keep going. You know what? I want to read, keep reading.
Jeremiah 50, verse 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Keep going.
Because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues.
Do you see that? It's going to be so bad. People are going to be like, whoa. They don't even want to, like, when they see it, they're going to be astonished. So, let's find out what that word means. Let's look it up real quick. They will be, when they see this, they are going to be astonished. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Showing great surprise or wonder. So you're going to be greatly surprised when you see the ultimate destruction that Yahweh puts on this place. And that's beautiful. I like looking up words. It just makes it a lot better for me because I like the detail. I love detail. Feeling or showing great surprise or wonder. That's perfect. How about this? Shocked. You're going to be shocked. So.
I got a quick precept after you.
No, go ahead.
And this was to reinforce what you were saying about the nations rejoicing at our fall. In the book of Revelation chapter 11. This is Lamentations chapter 2. Verse 15, all that pass by and clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? And they celebrated our downfall.
Yes, they did.
Just like they are now. Okay, when they see our people getting shot dead in the street, it doesn't elicit any type of sympathy, right? They couldn't care less. You read comment boards on YouTube and Yahoo, and they're always talking shit. You know it's an Edom. Oh, he should have obeyed the commands of the police officer. Or he should have did this, or he shouldn't have did that, or he's a typical, the usual suspects, they like to say. It's all a joke to them. They rejoice, they laugh at us, they ridicule us. But your time is coming, Esau, Edom.
Yeah, it is.
The Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, is about to flip that script.
I got a precept for that one, just to piggyback off of that. It's Jeremiah 49, verse 17. Also Edom shall be desolate, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at the plagues thereof. So it's just to piggyback off of what Tazama has said, Edom's time is up. And it's showing by how they're being so haste. They don't know what they're doing. You see them fighting amongst each other. It's coming to an end.
Egyptian versus Egyptian.
Yep.
You see it.
It's coming.
See it.
Is there no more understanding and taming? Yep. In fact, let me go back to Jeremiah. I'm going to read these last couple, and then we're going to move on from Jeremiah. So it says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend a bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. That's that nuclear destruction that's coming. That is literally our nuclear destruction. In fact, Revelation 11 and I think 14, the second woe has passed, and the third woe cometh quickly. That's right now. We're living that right now. We're showing you the paperwork. We're showing you the receipts. We're showing you that they're having discussions on how the next phase of this war is going to take place. You got to remember, they're not going to stop fighting. There's too much money to be made when there's war. War equals money. In fact, let me keep reading. Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her as she hath done. Do unto her. Prepare slaughter for the children for the iniquity of their forefathers. It's that simple. Right now, guess what we're doing? This is a spiritual warfare. Like I said earlier, our weapons of war are not carnal but spiritual. So what are we going to do? We're going to shout against her. And what does that mean? We're going to prophesy. We're going to bring in these end time prophecies. That's what we do. That's our job. Our job's almost over. And when my job is done, and Tazima's job is done, and Takanan's job, we have the same name, Yakanan and Takanan.
Sounds very similar.
But when our job is done, Adonai, when our job is done, we're not going to be here anymore. And then you guys are going to be searching for this word. And you're going to be wondering what happened to those guys. Remember they were talking on the streets? All these things are happening. I just remember seeing something about this. What happened to them? We're gone. We're going to be gone at that time because that means it's too late. When you don't see us anymore, that's when you know it's too late. There is no more turning back. And also, the vengeance of the Lord, take vengeance upon her. So verse 16, Jeremiah 15:16, cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest, for fear of the oppressing sword. They shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. This place is coming to an end. But what's the most important is when you go back to 11. Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage. I want to go back into that for a second. Because he said, because of the way you handled yourself, what's going to happen to you? You're going to get judgment. Go to Obadiah, chapter 1. Sorry, at 10 to 15. 10 to 15.
Obadiah 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive, his forces and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even though waste as one of them.
Because ye rejoiced, you are as one of them. Keep going.
But thou should not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither should you have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither should you have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou should not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou should not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Verse 14, neither should thou have stood in the crossways to cut off those of his that did escape, neither should thou have delivered up those of that did remain in the day of distress.
Hold on for a second. what is calamities were, let's see what, if there's a good, that's weird. I clicked on it and it has to do with plants. I don't know why. Yeah. In the day, yeah. It's not giving me that though. It's giving me all these different extinct plants.
An event causing great and often sudden damage or distress, a disaster.
There it is. Calamity. Say that again. Calamity.
Calamity. An event causing great and often sudden damage or distress, a disaster.
So in the day of their disaster, in the day of their sudden distress, in the day of their damage, that's what he's saying. You looked on their affliction in the day of their distress. I mean, you should have not looked on them in the day of their damage, in the day of their distress. So that's what calamity means. It's saying you shouldn't have been doing these things.
Here's a biblical definition.
Perfect.
In the Bible, calamity refers to a great misfortune or disaster, often seen as a consequence of sin or as a test of faith, and can include natural disasters, plagues, or other forms of suffering.
That's what we need. So that's what a calamity is. So in the day of our calamity. So, okay, now read verse 14 and 15.
Neither shalt thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did not remain in the day of distress. Verse 15, for the day of Yahweh is near. Upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head.
So, see, they were cheerful and glad. In fact, they were helping the oppressor, and then they became like our oppressors, just like them. So they became one of them. That's what they did in the day of our calamity. So if you're wondering, why do we keep saying, well, these Edomites are going to go down and all these other nations? If you go through this Bible, you will see that we have been in captivity to every single nation under the earth. On earth, I mean. We have, under the sun, on earth. We have been captive to every single nation. You guys don't want this to be real because it shows that you are going to have a punishment. Yes, you're going to have to pay. We say it every week. You're sitting at the table and the bill's coming and everybody's looking at each other. Who's going to pay for this? Well, you all are going to pitch in. You're all going to pitch in, so you're going Dutch.
I'm going to put this bill, Jack.
And that's your judgment. You're going to be rewarded for what you have done to the children of Israel. And just earth itself. I mean, you didn't just try to destroy us. You're trying to destroy this whole place. Right. We're just part of it. We're the main course of destruction. Don't get me wrong. But
that devil Trump just authorized 2 million acres of trees to be chopped down somewhere. I think it's in South America.
So this is Luke 21 and 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. I love that. These days, this is that day. Tomorrow's gets worse. Day after that, a little bit worse. You may not notice it, but it's going to happen. These are the day of vengeance. These are the days that the prophecies are going to be fulfilled. Revelation 22 and 12. It says, behold, I come quickly. My reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. Guess what? What are your works, bro? What are you doing? Because we're out here until we're blue in the face. We're screaming at the top of our lungs, letting you guys know every week. We're just looking for that one single Israelite. One in a family, right? If you're lucky, there'll be two. And then there's also other scriptures saying that if you guys are doing the works, that your family could if you're doing the work. If, there's a big if right there. Your family could possibly be saved. You know what I mean? Like, break the generational curses. I got one more precept, and then that's all. So, and I said this earlier today, The second woe is past, and the third woe is coming quickly. Okay? So you guys got to understand. I just showed you this morning. They're already preparing for COP, so that they can decide, like I said, what is going to happen in the next phase of this war. They're not going to stop fighting. Even Zelensky goes, "Oh, I don't believe Putin. I don't believe that he stopped. I don't see. He wants the fight to continue because he's getting billions of dollars. He's a fucking actor. You know how I know he's an actor? Everybody else is wearing a suit. He wears the same exact outfit every time you see him on TV. He's playing a role. It's just like Fonzie. Fonzie wears jeans, white t-shirt. Right. Do you remember the Happy Days? He would wear the jeans, white t-shirt, and a black biker jacket. Every fucking episode. Zelensky's trying to act like for the lack of better examples, like the Fonz, honestly. Like he's a character. He's playing a role. That's why if you look that motherfucker up, you can see the video where he's dressed like a woman, dancing to some gay shit in his video. And we all know this. We know he's an actor. Trump's an actor. You're fired. He was a fucking actor. He's been in so many movies. Everybody out there is actor. Even Vance. Vance is also an actor. You can look this up. These are things you can look up. Challenge what we say. Then you'll find out that we weren't lying to you, that we did come in sincerity. And I don't really have anything else unless you guys got something.
Nothing more to add.
And with that being said, first and foremost, we want to give double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that have not changed in the last 30 to 40 plus years. As soon as they open the book, they say, yep. Cornelius, yep. You know what I'm saying? All the way through it, beginning to end. It's never changed. Everybody else had to change their doctrine around the GMS camp. Why do you think they bring out the grape doctrine all the time? They don't read it. They say, oh, this, that, and the third. But if you read it, you'll say, oh man, these guys were being sincere. They were telling the truth. They never said grape anybody. They said, this is what the Bible says. Wow. People make shit up all the time. But I'm going to tell you right now, every single one of those people that have come against Elder Apostle Tahar has had some kind of, what is that called? Sexual, what is it? No, it's everybody that's come up against Tahar with this grape doctrine has had something happen to them, and it's always having something to do with sexuality. And I can't remember the exact word right now. Sorry, I'm not good at words. That's why I like to look them up. But everybody that has said something about Tahar has gone down. Polite's in prison for grape on a child who was like 12 years old. Imagine that, right? Alazar, Peggy, we all know about him now. And everybody else that keeps saying, yeah, they're already saying that Nate likes that too. Nate had to put up a video saying, I don't like that. I'm not.
Lasciviousness.
That's what it is, sexual lasciviousness. Thank you. Yes, lasciviousness. They're very lascivious. But anyway, we're going to face the east, and we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Ruach HaKodesh. I want to, like I said, double honors to the elder apostles for leading us in the right direction on this. For all these years in that right direction, it means a lot in these last days because you can see all the other camps crumbling, but they're still talking about GMS. GMS is still the bad guy. Don't listen to GMS. In fact, you can tell who's taking a bag because they'll all join together, even though they're wrong. But come on over here, we're both wrong together. But GMS is worse.
Yeah.
They may have not have done anything, but they're worse. But everybody else is getting $1 million to not say Yahweh. That makes no sense. Does that make sense to you? You can't say the correct name, but
You can't say the name.
You can't say the name, but you got all the fame. And look at us. We can say the name. We ain't got shit. I don't like it that way.
Let's keep it that way.
Keep it around. Keep it home. With that being said, Shalom.